the roots, he let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock the shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.
We live from the boxing section, you dusty ass niggas.
Yo, we in this motherfucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's a little late night tip, you know what I'm saying? 2 in a day, had to do it to you. Cause I ain't gonna be active for the weekend, so that's gonna be all up to Kyle motherfucking Davis. But shout out to my guy Kyle, man, for giving me the keys to try to get this shit going again. You know, just trying to stay active. That's all we trying to do, stay active. Dig me? As far as boxing news, not too much boxing news going on. There is boxing news that Jaleel Hackett pulled out from his fight, stating an ankle injury, although many assume it's because he missed weight. They said he was struggling to make weight. Said he struggled last time to make weight. And it's looking like that may be the case. Phantom injuries. But we're going to give it a couple minutes, see who the fuck gets up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? We on that late night tip again. So all the homies doing their graveyard shifts or insomniacs, whoever's out there, pull up, get your issue off, talk your shit. You know what we came to do. You know what I mean? As far as the boxing game goes, not too much activity coming up until May. You know what I'm saying? May's going to be a big month for boxing. April's pretty quiet. And shout out to Keith Thurman. I know a lot of motherfuckers, and Kyle included, they don't want to hear that. But shout out to Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Came back after 3 years off and got a third round stoppage on someone we never heard of. But it wasn't spectacular fashion. You know, so maybe he's got a little something left in the tank. One last hurrah. One last go at it. And what y'all thinking about possibly seeing maybe Thurman and this guy finally get it on? Earl and Thurman. I mean, Earl's been out the ring for a while. 2 years. Thurman was out the ring for 3 years with a warm-up fight against a nobody. You know, Spence always says he don't like taking tune-ups. So, you know, they can jump right in and get active. I mean, they're both past their prime. At least, you know, we assume Thurman is, and we assume that Spence is. I mean, considering his last fight was 2 years ago, and that fight didn't go well. So last time we seen a fight of his that went good for him was about 2.5, 3 years ago. So, you know, they both might be past their prime. I don't want to just throw it on them just yet, but I'm pretty confident in saying so. But either way, would it be a fight? PBC's running out of options. It would be a fight that is possible. You know, Spence said he'd never fight Thurman, but I think at this point he can go into that fight probably feeling pretty confident. Thurman, after his most recent knockout, probably feels confident. You know, he don't never have, you know, a short on that. He's never short on confidence. So I think it'd be a decent fight. I'm pretty sure it'd be an $80 pay-per-view, which, you know, motherfuckers is not paying for. But it'd be something worth watching on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? If that's how we're going to do it. I think they definitely need a strong undercard. But you know, probably a Pitbull Cruz or somebody else like that on there. Maybe Gary Antoine Russell with his new belt could be an interesting go. Now, there's also a major possibility that there is nobody awake right now and nobody up. You know what I'm saying? There's a very big possibility of that. I just figure, let's do the late night for the one time. You know what I'm saying? This was our prime time back in the day. Motherfuckers, here 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of truck drivers, a lot of homies doing the graveyard shifts. Shout out my guy Santos. You know what I'm saying? DJ used to work at night. Probably not no more. Kyle used to work at night. Don't know what's going on with that guy. But just a little something. Just a little something. I figured just throw it out there, you know what I'm saying? Might as well throw it out there, see what happens. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes though. But maybe at the 10-minute mark, if nobody else pulls up, then we gonna get out of here. But I do want to say, man, I am very much looking forward to the Riyadh season card in Times Square. I think there's a lot of unanswered questions about that card. A lot of interesting things to be seen. Like, how are they going to set it up in Times Square? They say it's open to the public for free, but yet there's seats. So I'm assuming there's going to be some type of barrier around to keep the public where the public is. Once again, it's New York City. You also need to be prepared for pandemonium. You know what I'm saying? I think there need to definitely have some type of security or some type of something going on to ensure the safety of everybody. Make sure no one gets trampled. Make sure there's no, shootings, bomb threats, no crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder what kind of precautions they're taking for the amount of people that are going to be there. Because here's one thing: it's in a world-renowned spot, Times Square. It's open to the public. Anybody can go. And one thing we all know is people love free shit. So if you tell me I can go see these motherfuckers fight for free, Devin, Ryan, Tio, for free, oh, bro, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you live anywhere in New York City, any of the boroughs, you're pulling up. So now it's like, what are the precautions taken to make sure that place don't get too crazy? You know, they say there's only going to be limited number of seats, so everyone's going to be standing. They're going to be squished in. I've been to a lot of festivals and concerts. Shit gets crazy, man. You get squished in. Where's the bathrooms going to be at? Is there going to be any vendors? Is there going to be merch vendors? Is there going to be food, drinks, or is it just going to be the nearby restaurants? And then, like I mentioned earlier, how are you even going to see? I mean, if you in the back of the crowd, good luck. You ain't watching. You ain't gonna be able to see that fucking fight because you're standing on a car or hanging on top of the street light. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be an interesting. It's interesting to see. I'm gonna be interested to see how they format it, how it goes, how they got things set up. But pull up, anybody pull up, open panel, talk your shit about whatever you want to talk about, whatever fighter you want to talk about, who's underrated, who's overrated, what fights do you want to see. I've been hearing a lot of shit talking about Turkey lately. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a hot topic. Some people feel like he has an ulterior motive. Some people feel like, oh, he ain't giving us no fights we asking for. That motherfucker gave us 2 undisputed fights already. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely gave us some shit we didn't ask for. He definitely gave us Nagano and whatnot, some bullshit like that. But what I propose is, what fights is PBC or Matchroom or Golden Boy or Top Rank, what major fights have they given you in the past couple of years? And they're definitely not doing it at the pace that Turkey is. I mean, Turkey has given you not just, once again, he's given you not only undisputed heavyweight and light heavyweight, he gave you immediate undisputed rematches of heavyweight and light heavyweight, right? Like immediate. Fury Usyk Part 2 and Bivol and Beterbiev, Better Be whatever, Part 2. Now, out of all the undisputed matches that are out there, who's had a rematch? You know what I'm saying? I mean, none of those other fights were really that close. Canelo did his thing very easily and got his undisputed. Monster did his thing very easily, got his undisputed. Bud did his thing very easily, got his undisputed. So I guess that's an argument against rematches. But same thing. Oh, actually, Devin was the last immediate rematch for undisputed. That was a couple years back. So Turkey's making some moves. Some people think he's good for the sport. Some people think he's not. Some people think the one belt would be good. Other people think it won't. I personally feel like it's better. Um, and also having Dana White involved, just knowing that his mentality of making the best fight the best, I think is great. But his mentality of not paying motherfuckers though is not. So I'm wondering how that'll mesh because Turkey has been just throwing money out. Dana's not with that unless you're a star, he'll pay you. So I'm kind of interested to see how the payment will go and if Dana White has any control over the pay of the fighters. If he only has control over matchmaking and rankings and stuff, then I'm with that. You know, he don't even do the matchmaking really in UFC though, so you know, it's yet to be seen. But I think Dana White being involved is a wild card. I'm not gonna say it's good or bad. I think there's pros and cons. I think it's a wild card. It could end up being really, really good. Can end up being not too good. So we'll have to see what position exactly and what responsibilities Dana has in Turkey's league. But I think the one belt thing is a great thing. King of the Hill only could be one champ. If you want to call yourself a champ, you got to go fight that champ. So it's going to be the best fighting the best. It's going to be the number one or number two contenders always fighting the champ, and the top five fighting each other, and the 6 through 10 fighting each other. And I think that's going to be great for the sport, and it's going to be a solid top 10. With these four different sanctioning bodies, you have familiar faces in all the top 10s, but then you have guys you never fucking heard of at like number 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? And then those same guys aren't even in the other sanctioning bodies rankings. And it's just like I don't know that part always like confused me about the rankings. The four sanctioning bodies because I'll go look at all four of the rankings and see their top 10, and you'll usually have about 3 4 guys that are in all the top 10s, very rarely at the same number or position. And then you have a bunch of other motherfuckers you never heard, especially when you get around 8, 9, 10. You never heard these motherfuckers. So it would be nice just to have one solid top 10, one ranking, and just that one ranking to deal with. One number one contender. The rest of the people got to fight King of the Hill, man. And I believe it'll make greater champions, right? I think it'll be greater champions and better performances. Because if you're a champion that can hold on to that one belt when the rest of the division is coming for you, and say you do have a 4, 5, 6 fight title defense run, that's gonna be shit. That's gonna be some stuff for legends because that means there's only one champ for anywhere. I mean, if you have 6 fights, you defended your belt. That's about a 3-year run. You know what I mean? Anywhere between like 2 to 4 year run. Therefore, there was no other champion at your weight division but you. So all these other dudes can try to say how good they were, but they'll never be able to call themselves a champ. But there are other sanctioning bodies. What's up, big dog? Yeah, but there are other sanctioning bodies. So and I'm wondering about that battle, right? Because Turkey's gonna do his shit separate from the sanctioning bodies, right? So he's gonna try to pull fighters away from there, pay them, try to get some prestige behind his belt, where his belt is the dominant belt. And then it'll kind of like those other belts will almost be all four of them pretty much be secondary belts. It'll be like, oh yeah, you got the WBC, but you're not the real champ. The dude that got the Turkey belt, the real champ. The Ring Mag, because I believe that the Ring Magazine and Turkey's belt are going to go hand in hand. So, at least that's the plan, I believe. So it'll be like, yeah, you got the WBO, but you don't got that one. So you're not the real champ, bro. That's like consolidation prize. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, that ain't shit. So it'll be interesting. Plus, everyone talks shit about the belt. Y'all realize that all these belts were founded the same way. All these belts weren't official sanctioning body belts until a certain superstar champion held on to it and made it something worth having. That's how all the belts came into play. right? So, and the Ring Magazine belt is the oldest belt, is the first belt in boxing history, and that's connected to Turkey already. It's the lineal championship, which we all understand is the man to beat the man to beat the man. Majority of the time, sometimes people retire and they didn't get beat. Um, so I think Turkey's kind of got a shortcut into making that a reality, and I'll be excited to see what he has planned because his plans already a Times Square fight. He said his next fight is going to be on the one over here is going to be Alcatraz. Man, that's just 2 hours away from me. You best believe I'm going to the Alcatraz fight. I'm there, boy. Like, I mean, I'm not too comfortable just sitting in a fucking prison watching a fight and shit. You know what I'm saying? It might be a trap, but might be a fucking trap. But I'm gonna check it out, and I know he's gonna stack that card. I mean, it's gonna be some good fights on that shit. So if it's anything like this one is with Devin and Ryan, I'm thinking Devin's gonna be a part of that for sure. You know what I mean? Because he's from the Bay, or his dad's from the Bay, and he did do his last that Regis fight out there at the Warrior Stadium. So you know what I'm saying? Playboy, Playboy, what's good, Playboy? Active though. You know what I'm saying? So I know if there's that fight in Alcatraz, I know I'm gonna be there. I'm pretty sure Kyle's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? We'll get my other partners to start slide out and shit. So we'll pull up to that shit. I really don't even care who's fighting. It could be women that are fighting. I'll probably still go, oh, that's a tough one. Maybe not. I don't know. That's coin flip. If it ain't Clarissa Shields or Katie Taylor in Serrano Part 8, I'm probably not doing it. But yeah. We on that late night tip tonight though. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to bring it back, trying to bring back that old feeling of the late night boxing section. You know what I'm saying? We had a morning show today, which got a little active. Mulo Luke, yo, Playboy Cardi. Look at that Playboy, 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 Playboy. But yeah. And then as far as Canelo Skull, man, I wish that fight was tomorrow so we just get it over with and get straight to Canelo Crawford, man. Ain't nothing about that fight that I'm even looking forward to or worried about. I haven't even looked up the undercard. Where's DJ? I don't know where DJ's ass is at. I don't even know if he'd be up at this time anymore now that he doesn't work nights. So, I'll drop the link in the chat. But, them old men need their sleep. DJ, you got a fan out here, big dog. That was the rumors I heard too about Canelo and Skull being postponed. I mean, I hope not. You know what I mean? Because that fight is essential to the Bud Crawford fight. I don't like the fight, but I heard the only reason they're doing it is because Skull has a belt, so they want to make sure that Canelo is undisputed going into Crawford. That way, Crawford has a chance of being undisputed if he wins. But who fucking knows, dog? If I'm Skull, I'm dragging that bitch out. I'm holding on this belt just a little longer. Fuck that. I'm sick. I'm hurt. We're gonna have to wait. I'm fucking everywhere shit up. I don't care. I ain't never gonna have this chance again of being great. So, that's how I look at that. But I'm looking forward to Monster coming to the US, coming to Vegas, doing his thing. I really wish I could go to that. I'm not ruling it out all the way yet, but kinda. Kinda. It's $6 mile weekend in Vegas, bro. That shit is not cheap. But one of my partners live out there, so I don't really got to get a room. I just got to get there. But yeah, we want to see what's up with that for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see if this guy right here on the screen, Mr. Earl Spence Jr. and Keith Thurman would be a good fight. That'd be a good fight to line up at 154. No belt, no nothing. Deep history of them not wanting to fight each other. Thurman not wanting to fight Spence. Spence not wanting to fight Thurman. And now both of them really don't got shit going for themselves. So that'd be a great time to crack it off. It's kind of one of those fights that we like that we you still don't mind seeing. Like AJ and Wilder. That's another fight where it's like clearly both past their prime, but it's a fight we always wanted that we never got. And yeah, it might not be the fight, at the time we wanted it, but fuck it, something's better than nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not a greedy, selfish boxing fan, bro. I'm happy to get any fights that I can. There's fights that I prefer that I would love to see, but when I get something, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a AJ Wilder. I'll take Spence Thurman. I'll take a Tank and Loma. You know what I'm saying? I'll take some of these fights late in their career where you're like, you should have did this a little while ago. You didn't. Shit, at this point, I'd even take a Boo Boo Canelo instead of Skull. You know what I mean? And Boo Boo didn't even look that good. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take it just to have it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a Boo Boo Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Both, even that would be a good fight to watch. I'm not paying for it, but I'll take Charlo, whatever. Just there's some good fights out there. So some I wish we would have got these and go ahead and get those. But I'm also down with the shit show. I'm down with the circus. I don't mind. I watch taking Jake Paul. I watch that shit. I don't care. I ain't paying for it, but I watch it. Can't wait for the Ryan fight. Yeah, this is a hell of a card, bro. This is a hell of a card. I haven't even looked at the other undercards. Obviously, the top three fights are fucking what we're all hoping for, but I have a feeling there might be some other familiar names on the undercard. It'd be interesting to see who else is on there. Um, Turkey likes stacking his card, so let me see if I can find the undercard. Trying to see if I can find this shit. I don't think they have no announcement yet on that, which is kind of weird. It's only a couple of months out, unless Turkey got it somewhere. The Turks, they're let's see what do. Oh, Turkey just announced George Kambosos fight. I mean, I don't know anybody excited about that, but it's there if you care. Hey, I'm not mad at the Eubank Conor Ben fiasco. I mean, I'm not really looking forward to like the boxing skillful part of the fight, but I'm looking at the bad blood, man. I like to see two motherfuckers that don't like each other get in there and slug it out. Fuck it. I don't even care who wins that fucking fight. I don't even have a pick. I don't care. I don't care who knocks who out or who stops who, or as long as it's not a boring fight. I hope that they actually have the same dislike for each other in the ring as they do outside the ring. Fatal Fury. Yeah, that shit called Fatal Fury. That's crazy. Fatal Fury. Shit. It might just be those three fights. I'm not seeing anything other than those three. Yeah, I'm really hoping though crazy shit happen in Times Square that fucks up the fight, man. Because we get a lot of people packed in tight to a small place for free. I mean, you saw how New York did Cox and that. So I'm wondering what they're doing about this. Deontay Wilder should retire. Yeah, but I believe he's trying to get a Francis Ngannou fight hella random. I mean, for what I hear, he's trying to push for Francis Ngannou fight. I mean, which is like interesting, I guess, because they're both not the best, you know, and they just got knockout power. So like, fuck it, why not? I mean, I think about it this way: if Francis Ngannou could beat Wilder, that hurts Wilder's career, and that just helps Francis, you know, because he did drop Fury, so you could say like he had a decent fight with Fury. Fury probably didn't take him serious, but it happened. He got his ass whipped by AJ, so there's that. AJ and Fury to this day still haven't fought each other, so you really don't know who's the best between those two. You would assume Fury because he's taking it further, you know, taking the heavyweight division. Well, I don't know, not even that, because Fury's only had one belt. At one point, Joshua had 3 of them things. You know, before Fury and Usyk really entered the picture, it was AJ and Wilder with all the belts, and then, you know, Fury came and smacked Wilder's shit, and Usyk came and smacked, you know, Joshua's shit, and then they fought each other for Undisputed. So, you know, and that's just another example I give people is like, at the time that we wanted AJ and Wilder for Undisputed, none of those motherfuckers made that fight happen. And when we had an opportunity for Undisputed with Fury and Usyk, Turkey made it happen twice. So it's like, how could you hate on the man that's putting it together? He might have ulterior motives. I'm pretty sure, you know, there's a reason he's doing what he's doing. It's probably not just for fun and just for like, oh, I just love boxing. Of course it's about money. Of course it's about, you know, financial gain. That's what this whole thing is. It's a fucking business. So of course he's trying to, you know, come up and cash out on this shit. But so far he seems to be making some good moves. He also, you know, throw some shit in there where you're kind of like, I don't know, it's whatever, you know, like, yeah, I think that with this card coming up, a lot of us would rather see some of these guys fight each other, maybe Devin and T.O., Ryan and T.O., like between those 3, you know, but I think Turkey is planning something after, you know, I think it's kind of like, there's 3 of you guys, whatever 2 of you have the best win, get to fight each other type shit, you know, and the 3rd dude is odd man out. That would be cool. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this bitch down. It's been about a half hour. Nobody popped up. It's worth a shot. I'm just out here talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be on these other panels. There be hella fucking people talking. Can't really get a word in. Can't really make a point without being interrupted. So, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, Kyle gave me the keys to kind of throw some shit out there into the universe. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of let it linger in the air. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and just shut it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to talk to myself for 30 minutes. I do appreciate all y'all in the chat, man. Zryo. I believe I'm saying that right. Mulo Luck and LBV. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 3 of you guys. You know what I'm saying? The wise words of Lil E. I want y'all to breathe air and live life. It's always a treat and pleasure to meet. Thank you for tapping in real quick for a little quick late night tip type session. You know what I'm saying? It's always appreciated to anyone that pops up. And with that, we out this bitch.
At the roots, he let the beats build pitch, and we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause